Long ago in the lush highlands of Kenya, there lived a young woman named Wanjiru. She was known for her wit, determination, and courage, qualities that made her stand out among her Kikuyu people. Though she was not wealthy or of noble birth, her wisdom and quick thinking often brought solutions to problems others deemed impossible. The drought and the rainmaker. One year the rains failed to come and the land grew dry and barren. Rivers turned to dust, crops withered, and the people of the village began to despair. They knew of only one hope, the powerful rainmaker who lived high on the sacred mountain. The elders of the village decided to send a delegation to the rainmaker, offering gifts and pleading for his intervention. Wanjiru, despite being young and a woman, volunteered to lead the group. "Why should you go?" asked one elder. "This is a task for men." Wanjiru replied calmly, "The rainmaker does not care who speaks, only what is said. Let me go, for I will make our case with all my heart." Reluctantly, the elders agreed, and Wanjiru set off with a small group, carrying baskets of honey, grains, and beads as offerings. The rainmaker's demands. The journey to the mountain was treacherous, but Wanjiru and her group pressed on. After days of climbing, they reached the rainmaker's hut, shrouded in mist. The rainmaker, an elderly man with piercing eyes, greeted them coldly. "You come for rain," he said, "but rain is not free. What will you give in return?" Wanjiru presented the offerings, but the rainmaker shook his head. "These gifts are not enough. If you want rain, you must offer me the most valuable thing in your village." "What do you consider most valuable?" Wanjiru asked cautiously. The rainmaker's gaze fell on her. "Your people must give me you, Wanjiru. If you stay here as my servant, I will send the rain." Her companions gasped in shock, urging her to refuse. "You cannot sacrifice yourself for this," they pleaded. Wanjiru raised her hand to silence them. "Let me speak." Turning to the rainmaker, she said, "Great One, if I stay with you, who will ensure my people honor their part of the bargain? If I am gone, they may forget their debt, and you may grow angry once more. Let me return to the village to ensure your rain is not wasted." The rainmaker frowned, sensing a trap. "You are clever, but how do I know you will return?" Wanjiru thought quickly. She pulled a beautiful bracelet from her wrist, a family heirloom passed down from her grandmother. "Take this as a pledge of my word," she said. "If I do not return, this bracelet will remind you of my promise and of your honor to keep your end of the bargain." The rainmaker studied the bracelet, then nodded slowly. "Very well. I will send the rain. But if you fail to keep your word, my wrath will be greater than any drought." The return and the plan. As Wanjiru descended the mountain with her companions, dark clouds began to gather, and by the time they reached the village, heavy rain was falling. The people danced and sang in gratitude, their spirits lifted. But Wanjiru knew her task was not over. She gathered the elders and explained what had happened. "The rainmaker demanded me as payment, but I convinced him to accept a pledge instead. Now we must find a way to honor the agreement without sacrificing one of our own." The elders were troubled, but Wanjiru devised a plan. "We will send regular offerings to the rainmaker, ensuring he feels respected and valued. In time, he may no longer seek a servant, but see us as allies." The resolution. For months the village sent offerings to the rainmaker, each one accompanied by a message from Wanjiru. She thanked him for his generosity, praised his wisdom, and assured him of the village's gratitude. One day a messenger arrived from the mountain. It was the rainmaker himself. He stood before the village, holding Wanjiru's bracelet. "Your plan was wise," he said, addressing Wanjiru. "You have shown that respect and gratitude are stronger than fear and submission. I return your bracelet, for you have kept your word." The villagers cheered, their faith in Wanjiru stronger than ever. From that day on, the rains returned in their season, and the rainmaker became a friend to the village, often sharing his knowledge to help them thrive. The legacy of Wanjiru. Wanjiru's bravery and cleverness were celebrated for generations. Her story became a symbol of leadership, intelligence, and the power of negotiation. To this day in the Kikuyu highlands, parents tell their children the tale of Wanjiru, the woman who saved her village not with strength, but with her mind and her unwavering resolve. If Wanjiru's story resonated with you, share it with someone who needs a reminder that courage and cleverness can overcome any obstacle. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more inspiring folktales from around the world. Let's keep these stories alive and celebrate the wisdom they bring into our lives.